welcome to Meditation with Dana St. Clair. That's me. I'm Dana St. Clair, and these are my gongs. And the gongs and I have a wonderful time as we go about sharing meditation and the zaniness of being human with different people. What I would like to talk about for this period of time together is, of all things, meditation. It doesn't matter to me which way you meditate. I'm not standing here saying, well, you see, I have this perfect life. What's the matter with yours? And if you meditated just like me, then you would be perfect too. Believe me, life is life. You know, life is full of all sorts of ups and downs and ins and outs. Unexpected wonderfulnesses, unexpected difficulties. What I do want to share with you are the tools of meditation. Now, an interesting thing is, if there were 10 people standing here who considered themselves to be meditators, and you asked each one which way they meditated, or, more interestingly, why they meditate, you would probably get 10 different answers. There are many, many different ways to meditate, and there are many different reasons why people meditate. I feel that you will know your way. You will know what works for you, and to trust that knowing. It could be that you have a really good friend who has found a particular way of meditating to be quite nourishing, and perhaps that way simply does not speak to you. But there is much value in finding something, finding a way that works for you. And there are a lot of people who say they have trouble meditating because their mind's running a mile a minute, or their physical body just can't seem to slow down, sit down, settle down, and be quiet for a period of time. In which case, a walking meditation, a movement meditation, a dancing meditation can be just the way for you. But an important thing is to stick with whatever it is that you choose. I mean, it's just like, you talk about a fitness or an exercise program, and you need to stick with it and do it at least a few times a week, if not daily, whatever your particular routine is. Well, it's very, very similar when you're working internally, when you're working with yourself spiritually, psychologically, emotionally. You still build a practice. It's like when you're learning to play the piano. Very few people sit down and play a full concerto right off the bat. You need to learn the keys and the relationships with the notes to each other, and you practice daily. Well, it's the same with meditation. Whatever form that you find works for you, do it. Do it regularly over an extended period of time. And then look to see what sort of effect you might feel or find inside yourself. One of my first meditation teachers made the comment one time, don't even look for results from meditation until you have meditated for 7 years. And we were all pretty young at the time, in our early 20s. It was like, whoa, 7 years? It seemed like a really long time. And interestingly enough, what I have found, every 7-year increment for me in my own unfolding, I have come to a new level, a new understanding of meditation. So it seems that the 7 is important. But the thing, just let go of any expectations and simply do the meditating for the love of meditating. There's a concept, huh? Not like beating yourself, oh my God, I should. I mean, a lot of people who know that that I am a purveyor of meditation, they'll see me and the first thing I hear is, oh, well, I really mean to meditate. Well, that's great. It's not for me. You're not meditating for me. Or you're not meaning to meditate for me. You're meaning to meditate for yourself. One of my favorite things about meditation, and believe me, like I said, with these 10 people who might be up here, they would probably each have a different reason why they meditate. Some people meditate purely for physical relaxation. And some people meditate to help themselves feel better emotionally. And some people meditate to quiet their minds and sort their thoughts out and contemplate. And other people meditate to release into the higher self, release into the divine presence. One of my favorite things about meditating that has really just delighted me since the get-go, if you take a seed thought or a symbol or a phrase into meditation, and it could be that the first time you work with it, there's something interesting about it, but you don't know, and so you're going to start working with it. Well, over time, as you take this concept into meditation or this symbol, over time, it's like a bud that blossoms, and your awareness, your perceptions, your comprehension opens and blossoms just like a flower. And there is a dimensionality of insight and awareness that you would have never suspected when you first began meditating on this symbol or seed thought. Now that's one of my favorite things, when an unexpected insight, an unexpected clarity is just there. It's just there. And it changes things. It changes how I see my world. It changes what I believe about myself and about spirituality, and about my relationships, my creativity, and the way life is unfolding. So I would like to guide you in a meditation. So if you would close your eyes, it's a good idea to take a few moments to check in with your physical body. Make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you're not too warm or too cool, or your shoes are too tight, or your feet are cold. Or, before you begin meditating, take a few minutes to check in with your physical body and see if anything's going to be kind of annoying or distracting almost immediately. So having checked in with your physical body and either put on a sweater or taken off your shoes, now let's close our eyes. And allow your attention to focus in the very center of your heart. And from this place in the center of your heart, turn your attention to your breathing. Inhale slowly, deeply. Exhale, releasing completely. And for the next few moments, as I sound the gongs, be centered in your heart, centered in your mindful breath. focused in the center of your heart, allow a wave of self-kindness to burst from your heart and pour throughout all of your emotional self. It is so easy for us to be self-critical. And for these next few moments as we meditate together, I ask you to instead bathe yourself in self-kindness, self-understanding, self-compassion. Now take your point of focus up to the very center of your forehead, to the ajna center. And here in the ajna, turn your attention to your thoughts. Again, without judgment or analysis, simply observe your thoughts. And when the thought that you are currently thinking ends, before the next thought begins, slip into the space between your thoughts. Now feel yourself lifting up into your greater awareness. And see coming toward you a being of light. And know this being of light to be yourself, to be your greater self, to be the person you are becoming, to be your higher awareness, approaching you, radiant, joyful, strong, and kind. And feel your heart opening to your higher self. Feel your mind opening. Feel your identity opening to this greater you. And see the acceptance, the joyful welcome and acknowledgement that your higher self has for you. And open to guidance. Open to your own inner knowing. Open to your own inner clarity and certainty. And in your imagination, in the creativity of your thought and perception, see your higher self guiding your footsteps along your path. Look at your path and see the next several footsteps ahead of you outlined in a brilliant line of golden light, so that you can see the steps before you clearly, so that a clear vision guides your way. And allow your heart to feel its appreciation toward your higher self, toward your greater awareness. Now bring the sense of guidance, bring these feelings of appreciation and acknowledgement deeply into your very core. And feel this clarity, this certainty and knowing radiating throughout your bodies. Feel this clarity and knowing radiating throughout your thoughts, your perceptions, your insights. Feel this clarity, this certainty and knowing pouring into and throughout your emotional self, your feelings, your joys, your difficulties, your sorrows, your delights. And feel this clarity and certainty and knowing pouring into and throughout your physical body. And know that this light of your higher self pours through your eyes, pours through the words that you choose, the tone of your voice, your touch, your work, your play, your creative expression. Sense this light energy pouring out into your life and beyond, into the consciousness and the life of humankind, and beyond, consciously send and release the benefit and blessing of the meditation through you, through your life, into the planetary life. I will sound the gong aloud 3 times. When it is comfortable for you, you may open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. At the end of every meditation that I guide, either with an individual or with a large group of people, or even with myself, I always consciously send the energy, yes, into and throughout myself, and into and throughout my life. But also, always, every time, consciously pour, radiate, send, release this light energy, this clarity, this benefit and blessing out into the consciousness of humankind, and even beyond humankind, out into the planetary life itself. Because every time you release the meditative energy, it's not like you lose anything. Oh my, there's only this much, and if I give it away, that's not the way it works at all. You have this clarity, this sense of balance and calm and peace and blessing inside yourself. And as you joyfully, mindfully, completely release out into the planetary life, that blessing and benefit continues to pour into and through you and beyond. There is so much that we do that affects others simply mentally. One of the things that I've done for years and years and years is when I am feeling particularly good, when I'm having a really nice moment with my children, or with my partner, or with other people, or with trees, or the ocean, I consciously pour that joy, that pleasure, that delight out into human consciousness. Because if I can be feeling it, and I'm a human, that means that all humans in potential can be having such a good time. And at the same time, when you're having a difficult time, know that, approximately 1 million other people are probably having a similar difficulty with money, or challenge in a relationship, or having a hard time finding a place to live that you really, really like, or all of the different things that we go through. We're all going through it. And when I come to a sense of resolution about something, I pour that out into the consciousness of humankind. And another point here is to not take so personally the different challenges and difficulties. It's not you. It's not God picking on you specifically. or your boss or the principal or your mom or your kids or whomever. It's just life. It's just life. And something that I want to say too, as I was talking about meditating at the beginning of the program, there is a lot to be said for meditating in a group. And there's a lot to be said about meditating in a group on a regular basis, say a weekly basis. I know I find for myself that, well, say just very recently, I offered a retreat for women at the coast. And as it turned out, all of the women who came had all meditated with me before. And we immediately deepened into a beautiful, insightful, rich, perceptive place and spent the weekend having a wonderful, wonderful time in consciousness, in food, in laughter. It's important. I know a lot of people think, oh, well, I'm not a joiner, I don't do a group thing, and I understand that. And at the same time, meditating with a group of people draws in this incredible amount of energy. So whatever you do, whatever meditative practice that you choose, practice it. Practice it daily for 10 minutes or 45 minutes, once a day, twice a day. Find a form, find a way that works for you, and then stick with it. For yourself. You're not doing this for anybody else. You know, you think your thoughts. You generate your feelings. You are the only one who can meditate you. Nobody else can do it for you. And it's an incredible adventure. Truly, truly, it's not something to beat yourself up about. It is life-enhancing, and you'll enjoy it. You will. You'll enjoy your life more. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.